Okay, this is the interior video, and it's also going to be interior plumbing and the interior appliances. I just thought I'd catch all this at one time. We're coming through the living room when I was measuring the temperatures in the cooling mode. This is the dining room, and this was the warmest air register in the house. Unrelated, but in some respect, maybe. I'm also seeing a lot of thermal bridging, a lot of lacking insulation up in these two corners. I saw in a previous report about the lack of grounding in this structure, so this is one of the receptacle outlets that I took off to verify that the grounding was a true ground and not a bootleg, and it appears to be. We're coming on along here. We're going to stay on electrical for a moment since that's where we're at. There's nothing wrong per se about having a receptacle outlet over the cooktop. There should be, that's what I think, but it is not what I think, okay? So what we do have here is anytime you have a landing pad that's 12 inches or wider, you should have an electric receptacle outlet. So instead of one receptacle there should have been two over here. This cooktop, this microwave, okay, it's closer to the cooktop than 24 inches. Now, some manufacturers have different specifications. If it is UL listed and they say it should be a different height, that's okay. But, you know, I'm only getting like 30 inches up here. So I think even, what am I getting? Let's just verify this. Let's get put our verifying pants on. It's only 30 inches, 31 inches up there, you know. And down here it's not even a foot. Well, it's 14.5 inches. And that's not even back there. It's probably not even a foot back there. So I doubt this even meets the manufacturer specifications. You look that up right there. You look up the model number and stuff, and they have installation instructions, and that supersedes. Over here in a previous report, I remember reading that you didn't have a fire blocking plate up here, when in fact it looks like you do and you always have. Okay, they said on the attic side that's where you're supposed to have it. But what wasn't mentioned before, you know, I guess I'm just showing off, but this is cloth tape. Cloth tape is combustible. So if you have a fire, wait a minute, yeah it is, cloth tape. So if you have a fire, up here your kitchen's on fire, you already got a bad day, I get that, alright? This burns, this catches on fire by spontaneous combustion, and now you got a fire in your attic, and you got a fire in your cabinets, you got a fire in a lot of different places. So that should, you can encapsulate that, not paint it, but encapsulate it with a metal tape, and the metal tape would keep it from off-gassing and burning. This is your cooktop. I've already done all these. They come on like they're supposed to. I've got some instructions. Another break from our sponsor. Good on inspection. I don't know what's going on. Okay. I guess I weren't patient. You gotta be patient with me. I'm old. I don't move that fast. Oh, but they can leave a message. I'm in the middle of this. They'll have to. Okay. See that wiring right there? That's an open junction box. That's not what we're supposed to do. That's supposed to be closed up. That's a bad thing. Okay? Bad thing. We've also got underneath here, just for curiosity, but it looks like we got a gas pipe that's stubbed out right there. If you wanted to go to a gas grill, it's possible. Okay. I don't do refrigerators, but this one makes ice, makes water, gets cold. The LED display is kind of for want there, kind of on the wank side. That's a technical term that I use. I probably won't find wank on the inspection report. Countertop. Get a little water here. So we're moving on along in here. This is called magic lights. Alright? I won that because I was the smartest kid in the room at an association meeting. The idea is it's supposed to blink. Okay? Not just get hot, but it's supposed to cycle. So if it doesn't blink, you know you got a problem. If it doesn't come on, you know you've got a problem. But we're blinking. You might as well quit watching the video now. That's it. Everything else is anticlimactic. That was the start of the show. Just turn on your oven. Is an electric oven. You have broil and self-cleaning upstairs, and downstairs is just a broil. You do not have self-cleaning or a broiler. Light works, temperatures work, everything comes on, everything got red, everything comes on, everything got red. Don't like those wires under there though. Sure don't. Over here on the kitchen sink, okay, this is called a foul line. That's hillbilly home inspection. That's how we talk down here. We say foul lines. What's a foul line? But F-O-U-L, foul line. That's where all the germs and the bacteria and the cooties and the viruses hide. Okay? Now your realtor, I know him. He'll tell you, I just put a little bleach under there. I bet you $5. But you know what? I've yet to have a client, and I hate discounting my work. I really do. But I've yet to have a client to call me up and said, hey, bud, I just want to thank you for catching that foul line. Good job, boy. Just hasn't happened. I don't know if that's... I would never dissuade my client from seeking perfection. If that's the client, if that's the hill you want to die on. But that's that's what it is. But I can find some other stuff. You can just keep going. You just take your pick. A smorgasbord. I didn't get the data plate on the food waste disposal because I couldn't get around there, but I do know that it's awful rusty down here. It's a half horsepower, and you're probably going to be replacing it pretty soon. Okay, I also noticed that we've got sticks. We got sticks. That's what's holding up your sink is sticks. Those are drywall screws. They just put a stick in it. Philip, we're going to the beer store. That's how they do it. That's how they do it. Now the manufacturer... This sink came with clips. The manufacturer had this dream that somebody would actually fit the sink in right, install clips that would screw into the bottom of this countertop. That's what the manufacturer thought. It's kind of like the microwave. Manufacturer specifications, supersede, you know. But no, we just put sticks in them. On this and by the way, the food waste disposal and the dishwasher are not GFCI protected. Okay, the code has changed. The refrigerator is supposed to be GFCI protected. I can't move it. I don't know. I doubt it is. This is the drain line, okay, for your dishwasher. It's supposed to go way up there. It's not supposed to just like kind of halfway make it. The barometric pressure pushing down from Elon Musk's space capsule pushes the water down, pushes the sink water back up through here, back up that little loop, and sends it back into your clean dishes. You don't want that. Okay? The loop is supposed to be higher. If they tried, you know, kind of like, probably a guy did it. That looks like my loop. And I had to do it right. You know why? Because my wife was tired of Elon Musk's barometric pressure coming down there and pushing it all in there. I didn't like that. I had to do it right. I had to become accountable. Marriage is not all it's cracked up to be. Okay, doors and windows. We have a half bath over here. This sink does not have an overflow drain, a percolator, and they're not required. They are not required. Vinyl windows. If a bathroom has a window, that's all the ventilation that's required. None of these 3 bathrooms have vent fans. I read different, but I'm going to leave that guy alone for a while. I was also surprised to learn that the other 2 bathrooms have... Now this is called a dilution valve. And right here, which I'm not sure why is here. And then right here, we're missing our escutcheon plates. Okay, so we're missing our escutcheon plates. What's an escutcheon plate, bud? It's that little silver round... What's that thing right there? And that's what my memoir is going to be. In search, when I do my memoirs for my life as a home inspector, it's going to be in search of the missing escutcheon plates. And we're missing them underneath here. And we're missing them at the hall bathroom commode. We sure are. I don't inspect laundry equipment. I got the data plates on here so you can negotiate for that. But I don't know how you're going to get back there to service. Okay? Older plumbing, you know, a lot of times the drains aren't sized for these high-powered clothes washers. A lot of time on new construction, we're getting 2 inches or more for pipes coming because this thing is going to like push the water up. I don't know what the drain pipe's set up for. I don't know what you got. I know that my house was built in 1964. My house is 7 miles away from here. And I know that I have to use enzyme treatment to keep things going in the right direction. I don't know how you would do that. I'm not saying that you need that here, but if you needed something like that, maintenance like that, this thing is set in. I mean, it is cut in like the stereo in your car dash. This is the clothes dryer. Okay, I'm 5'7", so I know my hand goes up, you know, 1.5 feet taller than my head. I can't get to the buttons. I have no idea how you would read that, how you'd work it. This is the clothes dryer. I mean, it is just completely unknown. I mean, if it works and you're happy with it, I'm happy for you. We're all happy here, you know. But I don't inspect that stuff, so maybe I should just, and I will be quiet. Okay, we got a landing pad wider than 12 inches and a laundry area. You probably should have an electric receptacle here. I'm not as sure about that as I am in the kitchen. There might be some kind of provision for that, but I'm pretty sure you should have electric receptacle outlet here, especially since you don't have an electric receptacle outlet in here. And I know that there's not one required in a half bath because you don't expect people to be shaving in here and that kind of stuff. So you don't have an electric receptacle outlet in here, nor do you have one in your laundry. I'm starting to, you know, the coincidences are kind of stacking up. I'm kind of feeling insecure. Okay. So we move in here to the family room. We got nice paneling. This reminds me of the house my wife sold when we bought our house together. Her old house, the house I met her in, because she had indoor paneling. They said, "Oh, you're not supposed to paint it," and she painted it. It was just fine. And this looks just fine. And you know, I'm not here for finishes, but just by the way, you got interior paneling, which, by the way, limits some of the termite inspection. Because you got rigid paneling like this, you don't have a paper surface on it, and you know, I'm not telling you that you got termites in there. I'm just limiting things. This is the fireplace. It extends. They didn't have a key. I got a key out. I turned it on, but they didn't have a key. What's missing from the exterior video that we just had? Okay, so the very previous video or videos, I had trouble getting started on that one. We do not have a fireplace grate. We just got this crushed glass in here. They got some little electric lights. So I guess the electric lights create the ambience. That's what I'm guessing. Electric lights create the ambience. Okay, so the gas, it should be sealed off. If you run the gas, take the electric battery operated things out of there and run the gas, it's not going to be even or pretty or anything. So, you know, it's one or the other. You got an artificial fire, you got a real fire. This is a hermaphrodite fire. So, you see all that white in there? See that white? You know what that is? That's called clean cracks. I got some up in the chimney too. What's a clean crack, bud? Well, you know, if the smoke was going through the fireplace, well, then the soot would make all these cracks dirty cracks, but they're clean. Why are they clean? It's because the fireplace is breathing. It needs air, the same air you're breathing. We've got new doors. We've got new windows. We've got new shingles. This used to be a wood shingle roof. Probably didn't even have insulation. We got 13 inches worth of insulation. This house has become tight. So we got a tight house. And this fireplace wants to breathe. So it's sucking the air from the walls into the fireplace to go up the chimney. So that's why the cracks are clean, because the air's coming this way, and then it goes up that way. So that's what clean cracks are. Also, above your lintel here, okay, inside, you also see some cracks. You always do, because the metal expands and contracts. And the masonry doesn't do that so much, so you got some cracks up in there. I got some pictures. There you go. Okay. Got some cracks up in there. My cinematography is getting better, I'm told. I'm going to win an award, I guess. But anyway, you got cracks up here and here from your lintel that need to be sealed so the heat doesn't go up in there. Clean cracks, I guess, they need to be sealed. It just tells us that this fireplace isn't ventilated properly. A chimney person can tell you that I'm crazy. I've heard that before. I'm okay. I'm adjusted. I can hear that as long as my client's taken care of. Or, you know, maybe find out a reason for the clean cracks. Make sure that it's safe to operate. So, coming on along. Here. This is the entryway. Speaking of interior finishes, this is wallpaper. Okay, a nice little felt face wallpaper. It's called a petri dish. Okay. If you peel this off, you're likely to see something that resembles the M word, mold. Okay? You're going to find an unidentified organic substance. And it's because all the conditions are right for it. Any moisture that gets in there can't get out and stays next to the gypsum board. And you're probably gonna, you know, if you take this beautiful gold leaf out of here, you're probably gonna end up, what's the answer? Remove and replace. So you're gonna, you know, if you happen to find an unidentified organic substance in any of these areas, you just have the drywall just cut out, replace it with new sheetrock, and you'll be fine. It's no big hairy deal. Okay. This is the entry closet. Moving all along, my battery's charged just in case. The window shouldn't be higher than 44 inches. We had that discussion already. Some of our windows, like this one, these are sliding windows. Every window I was able to get to, and I wasn't able to get to all of them. I wasn't upsetting stuff. Every one I was able to get to worked. So there's that. Okay. Now another thing is every bedroom has a smoke alarm. In fact, smoke alarms are in every location that they're required in this home. There are no carbon monoxide alarms. There's a carbon monoxide alarm that's plugged into the wall right there, but it doesn't go there. See, there's a smoke alarm in the common living area. Here's our thermostat right here. Okay, and it's programmable. That's a good thing. The minimum requirement for carbon monoxide alarms is at least one carbon monoxide alarm should be in each and every bedroom. Okay, not outside close to the. You know what? Last week you could put one carbon monoxide alarm here for all these bedrooms because I like to talk. Maybe you want to hear. Okay, well, since last week it's changed. The minimum is one carbon monoxide alarm in each bedroom. So, coming along, is this one? This is one. Not supposed to have bare light bulbs in clothes closets. I don't really think that little dish is a bare light. Not supposed to have pull chain switches in clothes closets. That was okay in 1964. I got some of that in my house too. I think this house might be 1960, but you get it. This receptacle outlet right here, I pulled the cover plate off of it just like the one in the dining room. So that's two, representative sample. I'm looking for bootlegging, and both of those receptacle outlets appeared to have been grounded properly. And I'm mentioning that because there was some comment about it in the previous inspection, and I'm going to be able to verify that as well. Coming on along, that's the water heater. We had a video about that. You haven't seen it yet, but you will. You will. Or you'll get tired of me. That happens too. Bare light bulb switch. It happens. Now we're going to move on along. We got some carpet also. We got some ceramic tiles. Got the GFCI here. Oh, I'm glad I just almost didn't, bother to repeat this. But I do. I'm nosy. So coming on along in here, this bathroom has a window. It does not have a fan. Fan's not required. This is a heater. It works. It'll get red, I promise you. But it's hot. It's July already. No, it's just May. Okay, well, it feels like July. All right. This is your bathroom shower. The niche has some pitch on it, so that's fine. It feels warm in here because I've been running water. Hot's on the left, cold's on the right. I was just filled it up with enough water, and then we're kind of seeing it though. You're not supposed to have separate handles in a shower or a bathtub with a shower because you could accidentally scald yourself if you can't read H and cold, and that happens. I didn't make that rule up. Okay. When this house was built, that was fine. When this shower was remodeled, it wasn't fine. And they should have brought it up to the current standard at the time. Oh, I think I saw something about the shower head leaking too. What was that noise? Oh well, it's not leaking on me. Moving on along. The center of this commode is supposed to be a minimum of 15 inches away from this wall. So if you sit down here and you got the toilet paper right here on your knee, okay, I'm left-handed, so I'm going to sit here and just kind of lean against it like this. It's kind of tight, but left-handed is going to be hard for me to work my phone. It's going to be hard for me to work my iPad sitting here. In the old days, we used to read newspapers, if you know what that is. So this commode is supposed to be, the center of this commode is supposed to be at least 15 inches away from the wall. Alright? That's what it's supposed to be. How far is it? Look at there. The center, about 11 inches. This receptacle outlet and the other bathroom receptacle outlet, this one is GFCI protected. They both are.